This is Jules Bergen reporting from Times Square, from 44th Street and Broadway in the heart of New York. There is shock and indignation and most of all sadness at the death of President Kennedy here in the heart of Manhattan. A crowd of hundreds has gathered, still unbelieving, still not quite fully able to comprehend exactly what has happened. But there is sadness on their faces and there is disbelief. The flags here in Times Square have been lowered to half-mast. New York's theaters have announced they'll close tonight. There'll be no performances as long as the president lies in state. And even us, we too suffer from the shock. With us in this crowd, a GI back from Germany on leave. What's your name, soldier?
Vincent Bokikio.
How has this shock hit you?
Real bad.
What do you feel about it?
Oh, it tightens up inside. He was a good man for the services. I liked him a lot. When he voted, if he ran again, I would vote for him again.
And a lady here waiting this past hour as the crowd has gathered here, listening to headlines, listening to radio news on the story. What is your feeling about it, ma'am?
This shock. I was for Kennedy, and I was going to vote for him. And I was for him. And I just can keep from crying. I really like him.
Do you believe it? Do you believe it has really happened?
Well, it was told to me so nonchalantly that I almost fell off my chair at work. It just spread through the office very fast, and they let it down.
What about you, sir? What is your reaction?
I was quite shocked. I think the world has lost its greatest leader. And I just can't believe that anybody could be as miserable as that to do what they did to our great president.
Do you feel the people will go on, the nation will not lose its impetus?
No, we'll just carry right on. We're a great nation. We'll recover. It's a great loss.
What about you, son? You've been here, watched this happen.
Right now, I'm more concerned about the country and the people and what their reaction is going to be. And I think that each of us are going to have to think about more the responsibility that the President Kennedy used to talk about, so that something like this can't happen together, and that maybe we can hang together now at a time where we're really going to have to be together now when the country needs this responsibility that the President Kennedy has talked about. I think, sir?
Go ahead, go right ahead.
I think that it's more important now to think about America and about responsibility, about being in the home and comforting those who are close to you, and ringing on your neighbor's bell and comforting your neighbor, and talking to the person next to you, comforting him and having him comfort you, so that if need be, you'll be able to assume and accomplish what you'll have to.
In other words, as if you lost a friend or a relative?
No, it's as if we've lost someone who has assumed the responsibility that we should have assumed all along, and now we're going to have to pick up where he left off, where he had to leave off.
What's your feeling, sir? You've been sitting here.
This is the most dastardly act against mankind that I can remember. The assassination of our great president.
And so, shock. Here's another man. What is your feeling, sir?
My feeling is after 42 years recent retirement from the government in Washington, D.C., although a Republican, I think government workers have lost one of the best friends he has ever had for the benefit of better working conditions for all people. And I sincerely hope that whoever did it, you'll bring him to justice so quickly, because he was a great man, a good man, and he believed, after I have spent 42 years, just recently retired, he was a friend of all people, regardless of race, creed, color, religion, or national origin. And I'm deeply from South Carolina. Thank you.
A personal loss is the only way we can describe our feelings, and this crowd of hundreds, this man swarm that is the heart of New York, can describe its feelings. This is Jules Bergman reporting from Times Square.